So what was today like?
Today was a stressful day. Today I had to pay off one of my check loans on my payday advance. And I had to pay that off today. And I didn't have the money. I had it scheduled on a day that I'd hoped my paycheck would come, but it didn't. So I had to hunt around for the money today and have a friend wire me money to pay off this loan. And the only time I get to spend with my son is on Wednesdays, and those days I'm normally paying off debts, bills, and everything else that I owe. Running around town trying to make it.
A payday loan is a new idea that just came out during the 90s, where if you want to borrow $100, you go to the payday loan store and write a check, post-date it to payday, but you write the check for $117 and they give you $100 cash. The 17 is your fee, but it adds up to an annual percentage rate of 450%. And that's the problem.
My name is Sherry Ann, and I am a single mother. I'm 32 years old. I am in management, and I make about $25,000 a year. That's before taxes, of course. This is Jackson Logan. He's introducing himself. Doing the single mom gig because the father of Jackson does not want to participate in his life. My parents won't help any way, shape, or form, and I'm not going to make my child suffer because his father doesn't want to be a part of his life.
Well, the typical payday borrower is young. A lot of the people who borrow payday loans are low income, but a good number are lower middle, and think that they can just use this to get over a little hump and that they'll be okay later, not realizing how they can get trapped into a cycle of debt.
Well, this most recent one was trying to pay my rent on time and didn't want to end up paying a 10% of fees.
You know, as I said, consumer credit research shows that people focus on the payment. If they feel they can handle the payment, they go ahead and do it, you know, thinking of the short-term problem they have to try to fix that, and they don't focus that much on the overall cost.
I financed $500 from this place, and I had to give them $587, where they'll only give you back $500. So that's another, you know, if you do that 2 times a month, that's another close to $200 that I'm wasting a month.
Deferred presentment, basically payday lender loan arrangement, has a limit supposedly on how many times you can keep churning one transaction. But there's nothing to stop somebody from stepping out of that transaction for a brief period of time and then walking right back into it. So you tend to find people who become locked into those type of lenders long term, just like other people may be locked into their local bank or their credit union.
I will have to rewrite the check until I get caught back up. I would say within the next month or so it will be, you know, it may be where I have to rewrite it for a lesser amount as I progress, but it will be eradicated somehow. I got behind and I had to get caught back up to where I'd be on a normal schedule, but I'd still be living paycheck to paycheck, so if something happened, I wouldn't have anything to fall back on.
This state has never been a leader in consumer protection. It's always been a trailer and way back at the end of the train.
In 2003, we passed a bill in the legislature called the Deferred Presentment Act that put the payday lending industry under the regulatory scheme set up by that act. It's pretty liberal, doesn't have many restrictions. It allows the payday lending industry to charge up to 400% interest. It was not really a very good step forward for the people that we thought we were trying to protect.
We've got more payday lenders in Alabama than we have McDonald's restaurants. You can go to one payday lender and go across the street to the other one and get loans from both. You're not supposed to be able to. It's supposed to be against the law, but we've made enforcement of that law almost impossible.
What my bill this year would do is repeal the Deferred Presentment Act and put the payday lending industry under the Small Loan Act, which has been in existence in Alabama for almost 40 years.
If you put it under the Small Loan Act, you'd be limiting these folks to a 36% APR, 3% a month interest rate they could charge compared to the 300% they're getting now.
It really is a better scheme overall to help not only protect the people that need protecting, that are the consumers in this industry, but also provides a relatively stable regulatory scheme for the industry to know how they're going to be regulated.
The law that has now been enacted and signed, that goes into effect October 2007, which protects military people, it can be used as a stepping stone to try to get legislation, whether it be national or whether it be in the state. This new federal legislation may be it's something I think that folks can point to say, if fair is fair, then why does, Private so-and-so and his or her family have these protections at 101 Maple Street, but someone who's working a minimum wage job at a retailer or whatever, and their family who's at 102 Maple Street, why do they not deserve the same protection?